the most sacred, the most secure area. And it's here the kings and queens of England lived for over 500 years. Now, for the first 200 of those years, they lived in the building behind you. Now, that's the building we spoke about right at the very beginning, the White Tower, the Norman Keep. As I said, work started on the building of that tower in 1078. Now, it's taken 20 years to complete, under the directions of a Norman monk called Gundulf, who later became the Bishop of Rochester. Now, earlier on, I said we was going to come through the archway, up the steps, onto the village green. This is what we call the village green. We call it the village green because this is where we live. 42 families actually live in the town of London. 35 of us being yeoman warders and our families. Now, the proper name of our village green is Tower Green. Now, what makes our green completely different to any other green is just there with that new monument. Because that was the site of the private execution scaffold. It was in that area that it was a privilege and an honour to lose your head. What a load of rubbish, but it's true. And don't confuse this site with the public site. That's the one we spoke about right at the very beginning, up there on Tower Hill. Anybody could have gone up there and get their heads chopped off, even you. Here, privilege and an honour. As you walk around later on and have a look, you'll see some of the names, then you'll understand why it was a privilege and an honour. Let's explain where we are, sir. Look down there in the bottom left-hand corner. There you'll find the entrance to the bloody tower, the garden tower. You know what you're going to find when you go in there. You're going to have a look at the books, the furniture, sort of conditions the majority of prisoners are kept in. Then you're going to go upstairs and find out all about the 2-point prison. What's in right-hand corner? The fine black and white Tudor building, known as Queen's House. Built on the orders of King Henry VIII. It was actually built as a wedding present for Anne Boleyn. Unfortunately, by the time it was finished, so we should. She never ever lived there. Instead, it was handed over to the lieutenants of the tower. Now, part of their job was to look after the very important business. It's there that Queen Catherine Howard spent the last couple of weeks of her life as a prisoner. Mr. William Penn, the founder of Pennsylvania, he was in prison there. There he wrote the book, No Cross, No Crown. And his late, in 1941, Herr Rudolf Hess, Deputy Führer of Nazi Germany during World War II, was in prison there for 4, possibly 5 days. Nowadays, that is the home of the Governor of the Tower of London. He lives there by permission of Her Majesty the Queen. And as such, it is no longer open to the public. Well, look either side of Queen's House. You'll see houses with light blue coloured doors. Now, they are used as accommodation by yeoman warders and their families, is where some of us live. Now, everybody today will tell you that Queen's House is the most important house down there. Complete load of rubbish. Look to the left of Queen's House. The last house next door to the bloody tower is by far more important than Queen's House. That's where I live. Moving on again, we've got some more scaffolding. You can see what's behind there, the Beecham Tower. Make sure you go in there, have a look downstairs, find out more about prisoners, then go up the stairs, have a look at the walls, over 80 inscriptions in those walls. Moving round again, we've got another 2 houses. First house you come to is the doctor's house. Have our own doctor here in the Tower of London. Next door to the doctor is the chaplain, the padre, the vicar. Where does he work? Once a week in the chapel that we will enter very shortly. The big long building you see behind you there is the newest building we've got. Built in 1845. It was built during the time that Duke of Wellington was constable here at the tower. It was built to house the soldiers of the garrison that was stationed there. In those days, anything up to 1,000 soldiers was stationed there. It used to be known as the Waterloo Barracks. It's now known as the Waterloo Block, because the top 2 floors are office space used for administration. But that is also the home of the Crown Jewel. Now, when you come out the chapel, you're on your own, you want to see the Crown Jewel. Just look for the clock. Underneath the clock is the entrance to the Crown Jewel. And before anybody asks, yes, they are the real, genuine Crown Jewel. Okay, we've now got to get very, very serious. Because very